Amy here, and today we are going to learn how to manage tasks within Microsoft Loop. Now, Loop has come a long way since it was first released, and you've probably seen it integrate with Planner, To Do within Microsoft Loop. But how are these working and which one is best for you? So in this video, that's exactly what we are going to do. We are going to learn about the different ways that we can manage tasks within Microsoft Loop and how we can use them effectively. So with that being said, let's nerd out. At Amy's Animal Shop, we are hosting a dog competition and Rue will be competing. So we wanted to complete a competitor analysis so that we can be ahead of the curve on competition day. The first feature that we are going to take a look at today is the Canband board. Here we are within Loop, and let's take a look at how the Canband board can help us plan for the competition. First off, we will start off with the / and you could scroll through this list up here, or you can just start to type Canband board. And here we'll see the Canband board pop up. It's just got these different columns and headings for different stages of the task management workflow. And we have another option up here where we can add another group. So let's say that we want to create another column where we can start to plan our next steps of the planning phase. And you'll notice here that that is going to go out of view. But if we just toggle between this expand board option, then we can expand the board view and see all of those headers nice and clearly. Now, there is a really cool feature, or I at least think it is. So if you have a Microsoft Loop page and you have multiple Canband boards, then when you modify the headers in one board, then it is going to modify the headers on all of the other boards within that page. So you'll see here that if we delete this next steps, then we can delete it here and it's also going to adjust it here. So this is just something to be mindful of when you have multiple Canband boards on the same page, if you have different stages of a workflow. But you just want to be careful that you're not deleting a column in one Canband board where you have tasks in another Canband board as well. However, I do see value in it as it does provide a consistent workflow. All right, so now we can start to plan our tasks. And if we just click in the description here of this card, then we can enter a task name as well as assign a coworker. And so you'll see here that mine has an @ symbol. So that means that I already have permissions to this page. But if your coworker had a plus sign, then you would just need to click on it and give them permission to this page. We can also go ahead and select a due date for this task. And if we just hover over this card and press these two arrows, then we can expand the task list. And you'll see here that we have some checklist items. So if we go /, then we can actually add a checklist. Alternatively, you could do any other option here, say a numbered list, or even insert some code. So I'm going to select checklist. And when we are defining the competitors, we are also going to want to take a look at the top 3 winners last competition, as well as the top attributes and their key weaknesses so that we can capitalize on those. Great. And now that we have our checklist in there, something that's really cool here is if you don't want to have notes here, for example, we can head on down to these labels and you'll see here that we can even come up with some priority tags. So those are automatically going to populate and you can edit your options down here. So defining these competitors is a pretty high priority as the competition is around the corner. Additionally, we can add fields. So if we, for example, wanted to add a photo, then you would go text and we can just rename this attachment. And then for this area here, you'll need to go /. It's not quite that intuitive, but we can just start to type image and select this media item. And here I have a photo of Lucy the lab. At the last competition, Lucy was one of the winners. So we want to keep a close eye on her and make sure that our analysis covers Lucy. Last but not least, we can even add some tags and comments in this area at the bottom. Hey, Amy, what do you think about Lucy the lab? And once you've added all of your other tasks into the Canband board, then we can see it start to come together.
And as you work through your tasks, and you can move them to the different columns within your project to indicate completion. Now, you might be wondering, how can we easily track the progress of the Kanban board? And one way is to add some rules. So for example, when a stage equals, for example, done, then we have some options here. So you can have send an email, or even send a message on a chat, or send a message in a channel. Loop will just need to sign in to these additional apps, and then we can click next, and then we can set up our flow. It's pretty simple here. We're just going to select the team from the drop down. So in this case, I'm going to select the operations team and then head on down to the general channel. So here we can see our rule has now been defined. And if we drag this, for example, SWOT analysis over to done, then here we are within Microsoft Teams, and we can see that notification come through. So that's a great way for everyone on your team to easily be notified as soon as tasks are complete or move to different stages of the Kanban board. In addition to the rules, if you have a ton of different cards on your Kanban board, then it might be difficult to navigate. So here there are some filters at the top, and we could even filter by that priority that we set as a default to be included on those cards. So if we say want to filter for high priority items, then we can click apply and see which of those card or tasks relate to high priority. Now, you might be wondering how this Kanban board syncs with other task management programs. And unfortunately, it does not sync with Planner or To-Do. However, as soon as somebody or yourself are tagged on a card, then they will be notified by email indicating so. Another great way to share this Kanban board is to export it into an Excel file. And here we see that Kanban board within a nice, neat table in Excel that can easily be shared with anyone on your team or even outside of your organization. Alternatively, you can create a loop component, thus being able to copy it and share that loop component among other Microsoft products, such as an email within Outlook. Here, anybody can open up this email, make changes to your Kanban board, and it will be updated in real time and within Microsoft Loop.
Now that we know possibly everything that you can know about the Kanban board, we are going to take a look at our second feature, which is going to be the task list.
And to start out, we are going to go / and we are just going to locate that task list. And here we'll see the task list app appear. Once we start to add our tasks in, then similarly, we can assign our coworkers, and they will also be notified that they have been assigned a task, as well as some due dates for these different tasks. Now, one thing about the task list is that we do have a couple of different options for view. So if you want to change it to a board view, for example, then that just creates a different visual for the task list. And if you wanted to add a different group at the top here, say you want to break it down into different departments, stages of your plan, in this case, we will create a new bucket called research, and we can just drag and drop these tasks into the different bucket categories. So you might be thinking, hey, Amy, this looks pretty similar to the Kanban board. What are the differences? Well, one key difference is that we have the ability to complete these tasks directly in the task item within their bucket, whereas with the Kanban board, we would drag and drop them to the done category. So for this reason, the task list has a bit more functionality and might be better for more complex projects or plans than the Kanban board, which is categorized by the status for completion. Similarly, we can also define some rules, just as we did with the Kanban board. And if we switch it on back to the table view, then we can also add some sorting options here. So now when we go to expand these individual tasks, you will notice that we have some limited options here compared to the Kanban board. However, one of the greatest differences between these two task management systems within Loop is that Task List integrates with Planner. So here we are within Planner, and this is going to create a Loop plan page within your planner. And if we select on these individual tasks, then you're going to see some of that additional functionality, and it will be similar to Planner if you are used to this platform. Additionally, if we wanted to modify this plan here, for example, we could add a new bucket and add a task. So we're also going to want to get Rue some nice swag for the competition. So after we've done our analysis, then we want to buy her a bandana, and we can just go ahead and select the estate and assign that task. Now, if we go back into Loop, then we're going to see that additional task here. And if the assigned person has this little plus icon, then you can just click on through that and just share and notify to give them permissions. This is a really great way for it to integrate with Planner. Now, in addition to Planner, this is also synced with To Do. So if you are more familiar with To Do, then these items are also going to show up in your Assigned to Me area of To Do. And similarly, as we are within Microsoft Loop, we can once again create a Loop component that can then be shared in other Microsoft products. Now, before we move on to the final task management option within Microsoft Loop, I wanted to select one of these cards and highlight this point here. It says this plan is not associated with a Microsoft 365 group, so some task fields are not available. What does that mean? And the disclaimer here is saying that some plans aren't attached to Microsoft 365 group, which is going to be a plan that is created within a task list or in meeting notes. So there's no owner assigned to these tasks or these plans, which does make it a little bit risky. So I would really only recommend using this task list for maybe like short-term or near-term tasks.
And now that we have taken a look at some of the disadvantages to the task list, you might be wondering, hey, Amy, is there a way that we can bring a plan in from Planner or a different task management system into Microsoft Loop? And the great thing is that, yes, there is an option. So the third feature that we are going to look at in today's video is going to be integrations.
Okay, so here we have this competition plan within Planner that we can see down here is in my dog boarding team under the general channel. So as an option one, we could copy the URL link and we could simply paste that into Microsoft Loop. And then we can see here that that inserts as a Loop component. Alternatively, you can go /, and I just want to scroll down on this one because there's a couple of other options here. So for example, we can see there are some other apps that are integrated with Loop. So for example, if you did use Trello, then you could insert a plan from Trello through this button here. So in our instance, we could select Planner, and then once again, we could select that competition plan. Now, it's important to note that the people that are going to be able to view this plan within Loop are going to depend on the permission settings for this plan. So an easy way to do that is you can select members up here and you'll be able to see the members that are already included in this plan, or you could search for people through this search bar and add them right within Loop. Now, when we compare this Loop component to Planner, you will notice that there are going to be some differences in the viewing options available. My favorite is the schedule. This allows you to easily see the plan in action. However, this is such a powerful tool as it does give us that ability to work within this task plan within Loop. And we do even have some filters up here, as well as some different grouping buckets. So you could group it by assigned to people and that sort of thing. So we do have some functionality right here within this Loop component. And if you did want to view it in that greater plan view, then we can just select Planner at the top. And we can see here that when we expand these cards, we do have a nice little bit of a layout here, and we can track progress, update items. We can, add that competitor, Lucy the Lab here, as well as easily attach an attachment that can be added to this card right within Microsoft Loop. And we must not forget those next steps to get that bandana for Rue.
Now that we've taken a look at some of the task management integrations within Microsoft Loop, we can see that this definitely has some benefits. So in summary, we have taken a look at the Canband board, which allows us to easily drag and drop our tasks into different progress columns. So this can be great if you're working on the fly, and I would say more for like short-term tasks. Now, going on to our task list, this does integrate with Planner and To Do, but there are some limitations. So it doesn't mean that it is going to be an official plan, and there's no owner for this type of site, right? So for this case, I would not really recommend using this all that often. Maybe if you're in a quick meeting or, on a team conversation and you just want to pop out some tasks right away, could be a really good way to brainstorm some things. But if you are looking to harness Loop, but also a task management program that's going to benefit you for the long term, then I would definitely recommend going with one of the integrations such as Planner or Trello. And then that way you're bringing that plan into Microsoft Loop, but then still harnessing all of the benefits of Loop. Overall, there are a ton of different ways that we can manage tasks within Microsoft Loop, and the one that's going to work best for you is going to depend on your company needs. So let me know which one you prefer in the comments below. And thank you so much for watching this video to the end. If you did enjoy the content, which I'm hoping that you did, then please remember to hit that subscribe button as well as that bell to be notified on all of my new video releases. So I do hope that I helped you discover your inner nerd today, and we will catch you next time.